Right, good afternoon. You join me here. I'm on my first trip back to the main carp club lake that I've got. That's a mouthful. And I've had a really pleasant surprise. It's the last weekend in July and there's 3 of us on the lake at the moment. I got here at about 2 and it was me. So yeah, there has been a fish kill on here this year. There are bait limits in place and lots of other things like barbless hooks, yada yada yada. None of those really bother me, and so yeah, it seems like it's bothering other people more than the fish, definitely. I've come up the top end, up in the shallows. Well, I've turned up, parked my barrow down there bottom, come for a walk up the lake, found some fish up the very top end, moved up onto them. I've managed to spook them out the area by fannying about because, like I said, it's the first trip up here, so it's figuring out what was on the bottom. I've got a nice silk spot on the right hand rod, I've got a nice silk spot on the left hand rod. There were 3 fish feeding when I put the right hand rod out. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have put it over the top of them, but it was worth the risk. As I spooked the fish, I put a little bit of bait on both rods. 5 spoms on both of halves, whole boilies and a bit of hemp, and now it's a case of waiting. I've seen fish in the area since I fed. I've had a fish feed on one of my spots because it's just slicked up really nice, and yeah, it's looking good, but I need to tie some pop-up rigs, so that's my next job, and then I'll put them both back out there on pop-ups because I'm fishing in the silt, and I'll feel happier then. So I shall speak to you in a bit. Okay, now for the rig bit really quickly. I'm doing a bit of a tactical change because I'm not too happy with fishing a bottom bait over all the silt that's out there. So the main rig is basically leg core leader with a helicopter. I've got a quick change swivel on there, and what I'm doing now is I've got a little tiny stiff hinge rig, so it's a little tiny bit of a chod section, big strong sharp hook, pastel coloured pop-ups. That's what's going out now to go and sit on the silt. What I did have out was a little Horton rig with a bottom bait, a little dumbbell, but yeah, I'm not too keen on that, not too confident, so out goes a pop-up on both rods, and we'll see if that brings anything. See you in a bit. Right, good morning. As you may be able to tell by the lack of footage, not a great deal happened last night. It's just gone 6:30 now. I've had a fish roll off the reeds just down in front of me, so I've put a bait on that for the last hour or so, nothing's happened on that, and I've had a pike pick up my right hand rod about 15 yards out and cut me off, so yeah. Both rods are back out, are out, but the left-hand rod's still behind the reeds. My plan for this, for the next 20 minutes or so, is I'm going to put a bit more bait out on the left-hand rod spot along, well, on 8 wraps, because there's been a bit of fish activity out there, and then I'm going to put the left-hand rod back on it, and then just leave it, and then that'll be it until I go. So that's the plan. We'll see if it works, but yeah, I've been cut off by a pike, and I've had a few liners through the night, but I think it's mostly small fish at the moment, but I'm expecting a few more fish to be up here throughout the course of the day, so I'm going to get some bait in, get the rod back on the spot, and we'll go from there. Hopefully one will rattle off. Speak to you in a bit. Right, well, I've just been starting to do a slow pack down. The sun's decided to come out. I've got, well, should be on my way now if I'm going to get home on time, but I might be in 10 minutes late. Got a carp there. Cruising across, there's been several fish moving up and down the far bank along here. Might give it another half an hour and then just bimble off. But yeah, the sun's come out and the fish has suddenly turned up down this end. Something to think about.